And for once, our special guest has good news. John Dillon, our attorney. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing very well. I've had a good weekend.
It's about time. Nobody's worked harder than you to bring good news.
He's had a great weekend. I called him Friday when I heard the news. I called to get an update, and John was giggling. That's how good
all
a weekend.
You could hear were champagne bottles corking.
Yeah, no, it was on Friday. I was actually I had just gotten out of my car, and so I hadn't checked my email or anything. And then my co-counsel on the case, George Lee, he sends me a text. We won, and I stared at it for a few seconds, not truly understanding what was going on. And then I hand my kid over to my wife. I run in the house and open up my computer, start looking at my emails. And then I see that we got the decision. And it's a decision that states that California's Assault Weapon Control Act is unconstitutional. So it was a very good thing. That's for sure.
So,
nice.
Yeah,
nice news coming home.
So for folks maybe that have just tuned in for the very first time, kind of give us a short story of what that was all about.
Yeah, so the Assault Weapon Control Act in California, it was actually the first assault weapon prohibition that was ever enacted in this country, and it started in 1989. And over the last 30 years, it's been amended a number of times and expanded each and every one of those times. It started off by naming guns by a make and model, and then turned into a prohibition on firearms based off of certain characteristics. And these characteristics are stuff like a pistol grip or a collapsible or adjustable stock, a flash hider, or a forward vertical grip. Parts that you attach to the gun but have no actual effect on the mechanics of the gun, the rate of fire of the gun, or the ballistics of the gun. So, state of California has been prohibiting these for years and preventing, lawful gun owners from using these firearms. And what people have been forced to use in this state for many years are these, what people often describe as neutered firearms that don't have the characteristics that people desire and use and want to make their gun a more efficient and reliable gun. And so we challenged that. And we stated that, such a prohibition violates the Second Amendment rights of Californians. And the court agreed with our arguments and has stated that it is, in fact, unconstitutional. The cool thing about this is the first time in the country that a federal court has ruled an assault weapon prohibition as unconstitutional. So this is a major, major win for gun owners in California, but also just for the Second Amendment across the country.
Yeah, and one of the things that I kept hearing in the media was that this has been in place for 30 years, and what they're referring to is that the first time it was put into place was 89, right?
Yeah.
But it's had at least two major changes. One was right around 2000, and then one was just a couple years ago. So they make it sound like they put it in place 1989, and then everything was hunky-dory for 30 years, and then out of the blue, we just suddenly decided we didn't like it. But, it's been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And really what it boils down to, correct me if I'm wrong, this is a gun ban is really all this is.
100%. And in fact, the law, the Assault Weapon Control Act actually got expanded after we even filed this case. So we filed our complaint, and we're in the middle of this trial. And during this time, they expanded the Assault Weapon Control Act again and made up a whole new category of prohibited guns. And so you're right. Anyone who says, like, oh, well, this has been in place for decades, I don't know why we're thinking of changing it. It's like, no. It's been around since 89, but it has been constantly changed and constantly expanded with no benefit at all.
All right.
To
so
reducing
John,
gun crime.
Let me be the devil's advocate here for a second. Okay, we're all excited. Champagne is flowing freely in the studio. Can they do anything to turn it over? change it, appeal it? What can they do?
Well, yeah, this is the judicial system. They have the ability to appeal this decision, and I'd be shocked if the state didn't appeal it. I know that the governor and the attorney general's office have issued statements stating that they will appeal. So yeah, it's not the end of the road, but getting this win is a huge step. Their partner I worked with often says, like, yeah, the other side's always going to appeal, and you may have to fight down the road, but getting that first win is a big deal.
You know what it's like, Dave? It's like when you're playing poker, there's like 80 of sitting around a table, and they deal the cards, and everybody looks at their 2 cards, and like half the table folds, and the other half stays in, and then they flop, and then the half that stay in, they fold, Well, to get in the game, to actually play poker, you got to have a hand.
Right.
So this win is our hand. We got pocket aces.
Right.
That's what we.
So they could fight it, but it's going to be. I would think it'd be even more difficult to fight it because we won already.
Yeah, it's always great to have the initial win, like I said, and and yeah, they'll fight it, and guess what? We'll fight it too. We will follow this all the way to the end. The team that I got to work with, honestly, absolute honor to work with the guys I did on this case. George Lee, Eric Jaffe, fantastic lawyers, amazing guys to work with. Firearms Policy Coalition, Second Amendment Foundation, California Gun Rights Foundation. These were organizational plaintiffs behind the case. And,
so what can people do?
I'm for this win, that's for sure.
I'm getting a ton of questions. Can people alter their guns right now or no?
No. So don't do anything. Don't change your guns. Don't start ripping off your fixed magazines or start attaching features yet. So as part of this decision, the court actually put in a 30-day stay on his own order. And
what's your opinion? Why do you think he did that?
I think there is probably a sense of fairness that the judge probably wanted to incorporate. If he didn't do this, then the state would have to go and seek emergency stays of the orders, and there would be kind of a hectic couple days of people not knowing what's the law, what they can and can't do. And to save people from that, and to give everyone a chance to deal with this decision, whether you're for it or against it, I think that he put that in to keep order and to allow everyone the ability to do what they need to do.
All right, John, make yourself a trophy, put it up on the mantle, put a spotlight on it, and tap it on its head every night before you go to bed.
All righty.
You're the best, man.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.